Hello, welcome back to my channel Biochem Bio World. In today's vlog, I'll be discussing the chemicals. What are the chemicals, and a little bit about the procedure of SDS PAGE, that is sodium dodecyl sulfate polyacrylamide gel electrophoresis. Firstly, I'll be discussing the reagents. Okay, there are two types: stock solutions and working solutions. Okay, I'll be discussing the stock solutions. First is the acrylamide stock, that is 30%. We usually prepare 30. And what are the components? That is acrylamide, bisacrylamide, and water. I have given the amount as well, and the total volume of this is 100 ml. Okay, we usually prepare with double distilled water. And the next stock solution is the separating gel buffer. There are two types of we can say the gels, that is separating and the resolving, and they both have different buffers. This is a separating gel buffer composition. We have trace HCl, that is 1.5 molar. I have given the composition of it, and the pH is to be adjusted with 1 normal HCl to 8.8 with the total volume is 100 ml. Okay, next is the stacking gel buffer, that is it is 0.5 molar with HCl, pH is 6.8, and the pH is 6.8 is adjusted with 1 normal HCl, and the volume is made up to 100 ml. Next is the running buffer. Okay, I told if you have not watched my previous vlog about SDS page, please go through it, and you will be learning that there are three types of buffer in the SDS page. And this is the third buffer, that is 5x, 5 times running buffer. The composition is tris base and glycine, and I dissolve this in 450 ml of distilled water. The pH is adjusted to 8.2, and the total volume is made with distilled water. The working solution of running buffer is usually 1x, and to calculate 1x from 5x, that is we use N1V1 N2V2, and 1 gram of SDS is added per liter to 1x buffer before the use. Okay, we usually add SDS in the buffer as well. And next, the stock solution 10% SDS, and next is timid, and this is 10% APS, that is ammonium persulfate, which is usually freshly prepared. Okay, and the working solutions. First is a resolving gel, that is 12% was prepared by mixing this, that is 8 ml of 30% acrylamide, 5 ml of trace HCl, that is 8.8 pH, and 0.2 ml of 10% SDS, 6 ml of distilled water, and 10 microliter of timid. Okay, this is the resolving gel composition of my working solutions of my resolving gel. Next is the stacking gel, and it is 1.02 ml of 30% acrylamide, 1.5 ml of tris HCl, pH 6.8, 0.06 ml of 10% SDS, 3.33 ml of distilled water, and 0.01 ml of timid. The contents are stirred, and approximately 200 microliter and 60 microliter of 10% ammonium persulfate was added, which was freshly prepared to the resolving and stacking gels respectively. Okay, to the resolving gel I add 200 microliter of APS, 200 microliter of 10% APS, whereas in case of the stacking gel I add 60 microliter of 10% APS. Okay, next is the sample buffer, and it is prepared by mixing the 1.2 ml of 0.5 molar trace HCl, 2 ml of 10% SDS, 1 ml of glycerol, 4.8 ml of distilled water, 0.5 ml of 0.5% bromophenol blue, and 0.5 ml of beta mercaptoethanol. And beta mercaptoethanol basically was added just before the use. Okay, it prevents the oxidation. That was all about the chemicals, the stock solutions, and the working solutions. Now I'll be discussing a little bit about the sample preparation and the loading. The sample containing quantity of protein is to be mixed with the equal volume of the sample buffer, which contains 6 molar urea, and kept in a boiling water bath for 2 minutes. The sample is loaded against the molecular weight marker so as to determine the molecular weight, which is basically the major the major point where we need SDSP, that is to determine molecular weight of an unknown protein. The electrophoresis is to be carried out constant voltage 100 volts until the sample travels through the stacking gel. The voltage is increased to 150 volts when the bromophenol blue, that is the dye, moved into the resolving gel, and continue till the dye is reached at the bottom of the gel. After the completion of the electrophoresis, the proteins are prefixed by keeping the gel for an hour in 12.5% TCA trichloroacetic acid, followed by immersing the gel in a staining solution. Okay, I firstly go for staining, and then I go for destaining, and then I can just determine the molecular weight of the unknown protein. And for the staining, that is 0.1 gram Kumasi blue, 100 ml methanol, 20 ml of acetic acid and 80 ml distilled water. The destaining is to be carried out in methanol, acetic acid, distilled water in the ratio 125, 35, 340. That was all about this chemical and a little bit about the procedure. And thank you so much for watching my channel. Please like, subscribe and share.